Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I hope you're having a positive and productive day so far. My name is Kel with the Planner Aisle, and today we're reviewing the June intention box from Cloth and Paper and going over all the ways that you can use the items inside. The theme for this box is Atelier, which is an artist studio or workshop in French. I don't really know how the products will match the theme, but I did see a few sneak peeks that I was excited about, so hopefully this box is a step up from the last two. June also marks their 9-year anniversary, so congratulations to Cloth and Paper for 9 years, and I can't wait to see what's inside. Make sure to stick around until the end for my final thoughts and rating, and as always, feel free to leave me a comment below with any questions or topics that you'd like for me to include in my next video. Without further ado, let's hop in. So opening up our information packet, we have the member access card, the what's inside card that details what's in the box, and the August pop-up calendar. A lot of you have asked about this calendar, and I realize it's been a while since I shared what I do with these cards. You can use these as tent cards on your desk or shelf, but I cut these down and use them as calendar cards in my planner. You can also pin these to your memo boards or whiteboards if you need to check a date really quickly as well. So starting with the dust bag first, this is a vegan leather pleated dust bag in this bluish gray color. You have Cloth and Paper across the top band here, and this is a drawstring bag, so very similar to the bags that they sent at the beginning of the year. It also has that same water resistant lining on the inside, so leaks or spills are easy to clean up. I'm typically not a fan of drawstring bags. I like my bags to zip, so I know that my items are secure, but I really do like the look and feel of this one. I also like that the logo is debossed and there's only one color. It really emphasizes the pleats a bit more and it leans into that simple but elegant look. Of all the drawstring bags that they have sent so far, this one is my favorite. I plan on putting larger items like perfume or travel bottles in here. I'm going to Cabo in a few weeks, so this will be a perfect time to really try this bag out and see how I like it. If you're not sure how to use these, you can always use them as like storage or little protectors for things that you don't want to get damaged. I know several people who throw jewelry in here or little keepsakes. It's a really cute bag. It's really soft, a nice neutral color. I think a lot of people are going to like this. Next, we have the June monthly reflection card. These are little mirrored cards that we get each month. This month, the text across the front says Atelier in this sort of split text here, and the question prompt says, what impact do you want to leave on the world? I'm not a huge fan of these cards, but they are nice to have on the go, or if you like reflective decor in your spaces. We have one journaling card this month. This is the Evolve journaling card. It's a white cardstock, and it looks like it's a card recognizing their 9-year anniversary and showing their mission and thanking us for being a part of their journey. You've got text here in the top right, the word Evolve in uppercase, some more branding below that, and then on the back you have a photo print for each year they've been in business with a featured product that I'm assuming came out that particular year. So for example, in 2017, you have gold foil divider tabs, and then in 2023, you have the España notebooks and heirloom folios that were announced that year. This is a nice little commemorative card. I don't see this being very useful in a planner, but that's totally okay. I don't think this card was really meant for that. It's more of a, hey, this is our journey so far, this is where we started, and look where we are today. Definitely more sentimental for the company, and it showcases their accomplishments. I do like the photo grid on the back, and it's a really nice way to celebrate 9 years. We have 2 dashboards this month. First is the Elegance dashboard. This one is all white and has a slightly grainy texture to it. It's very soft. It's made out of this interesting cotton blend cardstock, so it's super flexible. You have the quote, "Elegance is not standing out, but being remembered" by Giorgio Armani, written in broken text embossed on the front, with that same quote repeated in tiny black text towards the bottom, and then the Cloth and Paper logo below that. I'm really happy with this dashboard. I love the simplicity and the design of this one. I know a few folks aren't fans of this kind of broken or split word layout. It can make it confusing to read, but I kind of like it. It gives it a more abstract feel and adds another design element to an otherwise pretty simple layout. I also love the embossed wording in minimal colorways, and here they've combined both. I think it's perfectly named as well. It looks and feels extremely elegant, and it's a huge step up from the last few that they've sent in previous boxes. Because this one is predominantly white, this would pair great with a layered dashboard set, especially if you want to add a little color or even a vellum calendar spread or something on top. I'm not sure where I'll use it just yet, but this will definitely be added to my rotation. The second dashboard is the Sanguine dashboard. This is a really thin, semi-transparent vellum with all black text. In the top corner, you have a short and longer definition of what the word sanguine means, and then you have sanguine written across the bottom in a mixed bold and italic font with the pronunciation and adjective above the word and the cloth and paper logo and date stamp below. This is semi-transparent vellum, so similar to the first dashboard, you can layer this over other dashboards or prints. Although you have different fonts and cases, this one is also very simple in its design, which again adds to that quiet elegance theme that seems to be the style choice for this box. I personally love vellum dashboards and the way that it layers so seamlessly over just about anything. I'm not a huge fan of the date stamp here, but again, that may be there as a way to commemorate their 9th anniversary. Other than that, this is a really subtle and versatile dashboard. I'm honestly so happy with both of these this month. If you've watched my other videos, you know I was really bummed at the dashboards that we've received recently. They were either too busy, not functional, or just really didn't qualify as a dashboard. These two, in my opinion, are what I think of when I think of simple but luxurious design, minimal color, great messaging, and a clean and concise feel that doesn't feel too cluttered. Super happy with these, and I can't wait to use them in my agenda. So next we have a set of page pens. You have a set of 4 here in 4 different colors. There's 20 in each stack, so that's 80 flags total. So these are essentially just longer, narrow page flags. They are transparent, so although they're much more durable than paper, you do have to use an oil-based pen to write on these. The colors are a really pretty earthy and neutral tone, so you shouldn't have to worry about it matching your color scheme. I really love these. You can use these basically as you would page flags, so marking your spot on a page or marking a specific page in your notebook or planner or something. Because these are a lot thinner, you can use them to mark off extended days on your calendar, like vacation or days off. The size really allows it to fit on smaller layouts a lot easier than standard page flags, and you can also use them as checklists or to-do lists on spreads that may not have a lot of structure, or if you want to add a little color to your page. This is such a great addition to the box. I love that you can throw these in your drawer or in your bag if you're on the go. It's such a fun play on traditional page flags, and it gives you added flexibility when adding events or tasks to your planner. I also love the idea of using these to highlight important dates or even adding labels to these and housing them on cards to use as reusable or recurring task labels. I currently have 2 that I use pretty frequently, and I literally just cut a page flag down so it'll have a much thinner appearance and take up less space on my page. Depending on the size of your labels or how big your handwriting is, these may or may not be too thin for that, but it's a great tool to have for more compact planners or really condensed setups. I don't have any flags like these, so you will definitely start seeing these in my Plan With Me videos. Next, we have the set of transparent label stickers. You have 3 sheets total, all with silver foil text, and each sheet has 20 stickers, so that's 60 total. So first are the time stickers. So here you have some daily labels, weekly, monthly, agenda, schedule, calendar, meeting, and your days of the week. The second sheet has 20 lifestyle stickers. So these are your self-care, gratitude, hobbies, budget, family, wellness, etc. And then the third sheet are your essential sheet. And here you have your task labels, priority, notes, lists, contacts, and a lot more. I'm not going to read through all of these, but feel free to pause if you want to see the full list here. Cloth and Paper has sent several label stickers in the past, but I love that these are silver. I'm generally not a fan of a lot of silver, or more specifically reflective silver, but having a little shiny sparkle on a label like this really adds a little design to your planner without looking too overbearing. If you make your own labels, you may or may not find these useful, but even so, I think that these are a great option if you're looking to add some decor while still keeping your agenda functional. The other thing that's great with these is that they include a pretty wide variety of words, so you can use it for a number of different systems, whether you're using them on your dividers for like days of the week, to separate your wellness or budget items, project and tasks. They really have a lot here to choose from. If you don't plan on using them in your agenda, you can always use them on your file folders or maybe on your page if you're bullet journaling and doing a lot of DIY spreads. You can also use them to label containers or your storage boxes as well. So you can use the family label to mark a box with family photos inside, or maybe use the archive label on your boxes that store your older planners. There's honestly a lot of different options with these. They're also clear, so it gives a really nice clean overlay and gives it a much more intentional finish to wherever you decide to put it. I'm not 100% sure where I'll use these, but they are so versatile. We have a nice variety of text. The color will be a personal preference, but I think even if you aren't a fan of silver in your planner, these could be utilized in so many other areas in your daily routine. Next, we have these gray tinted side tab dividers. These are their new low profile design, so the tabs are a lot narrower and don't stick out as much, which is great if you carry your planner on the go. It keeps your tabs from bending or getting damaged. You have a total of 6 here, and they're this really smooth plastic material with a slight grayish brownish tint, which shades whatever you have underneath these. They do have a protective film over each divider so the surface doesn't get damaged, which is nice to see. They are on the thicker side, which I'm personally not a fan of. This is all 6 stacked together, and you can see they take up a lot of space, which if you carry a lot in your planner may be an issue. The other thing that worries me about these is the smooth surface. They seem similar style-wise to the glass plastic dividers, which were about the same thickness and had that same shiny surface. I really like the look of those, but they were so high maintenance and pretty much impossible to keep scratch free. Because these are darker and shipped with a protective film already on them, I have a feeling that these may scratch easy as well, but we'll see. I do appreciate that we got a full set of dividers. As y'all know, dividers are not cheap, but they're pretty much one of the top planning essentials in most of our setups, so I'm glad that they sent us a full set in the new low profile design to try. I also like that we got them in this tinted gray color. I've only seen this color in a few shops, maybe 5 or 6. I do think the color will be a love it or hate it. It is neutral, but I think the shade will look different depending on what you have underneath. So for example, if you have it layered over something like purple or green, I'm not sure if you'll get that color but tinted, or if the tint will change the color completely. Of course, if you layer it over black and white, you won't have to worry about that, but that's just something to keep in mind. I do hope that these will hold up over time. I ended up having to throw most of my glass plastic dividers I purchased from Cloth and Paper away because they got scuffed so easy, and I hated looking at scratched up dividers. That's one of the reasons why I'm a fan of their matte covers. You don't have to worry about scratches. Hopefully these will hold up better and you won't run into problems with damage, but again, time will tell. Overall, I do like that they included these in here. I don't like how thick they are. I do think that they take up a lot more space than necessary, but that may just be me. Other than that, I do think that these are super practical, and because they're blank, you can customize your sections however you like. They also go really well with the silver labels that they sent, so with both of these together, you could have an entire divider set ready to go. Again, the color may be a hit or miss, but it is a color that's not as common, so that's good to see. I'm a huge fan of unique and different, and I think this color is something that you don't see every day that could be a new favorite. Next is what most people were looking forward to this month, and that is a traveler notebook set. So here we have a vegan leather cover and 4 little notebooks that fit inside here. The cover is all black with silver hardware and a magnetic closure. Opening this up, you have a small secretarial pocket on the left with Cloth and Paper debossed at the bottom, a full slit pocket on the back cover, and with all traveler's notebooks, you have ties in the middle here to hold your notebooks. So this one comes with 4 ties, and they sent us 4 different styles of notebooks for us to try. We have a task planner in this beige color, a monthly admin notebook in this sort of dark bluish gray color, an executive notebook in this toffee color, and a dot grid notebook in all black. And each notebook has the Cloth and Paper logo, Richmond, Virginia, and the type of notebook that it is in a gold foil. I love these little notebooks on their own. I have the older versions of these. They're pocket plus size, so they fit perfectly in my Louis Vuitton pocket agenda cover. These are essentially the same as the older style here. They just updated the look of the cover. So each notebook has 32 pages, which gives you a pretty nice amount of space, especially when you're on the go. Each one also has a contact page in the front in case this ever gets lost. So to make this a traveler's notebook, you take these little individual notebooks and you add them in each loop, and it allows you to carry multiple types of notebooks with you on the go, or mix and match or change up if you need to. That's one of the great things about traveler notebooks, is that it lets you completely customize your planning system or journal, so you're not tied down to one style or system in case your plans change or if you need to organize your tasks in a different way. I personally don't use traveler's notebooks, but it's not because I don't like them. I've just never really felt that I had a reason to use them. Cloth and paper, including not just the cover, but 4 notebooks to try out, is so awesome and exactly the level of product that we pay for each month. It really gives people an opportunity to try out a full system without having to purchase a cover or the notebook separately to see if they like it. It's also very well made. It's a really nice size. It feels really good in your hand, and it doesn't feel as bulky as I thought it would by looking at the pictures. It still may be a little bulky for those used to carrying thinner covers like this one, but you can really fit a lot in here, and it can be a really great resource if you need to reference work-related items or personal tasks really quickly when you're not at your office or somewhere that you would house the majority of your plans. The other great thing about this is that once you finish this notebook, you can just purchase more and you can completely change your setup without changing the structure. So if you decide that you only want grid notebooks and you don't need a task planner, then you can use all grid refills, which is my favorite thing about this system. I changed my mind a lot, and this gives you the flexibility to play around with different layouts and find what works for you. Again, I've never used a traveler's notebook myself, so this will be a first for me, but I have really high hopes. I'm going to use it on my Cabo trip, see how I like it, and I'll make sure to report back. This is such a functional item. I'm so pleased that Cloth and Paper sent this. Again, the colors are perfect, neutral, simple, elegant. Another great addition for this box. The last thing we have are our writing utensils. This month we have 2 pens. First is the Pilot V-Ball Rollerball pen in the color black with a 0.5mm round tip. Doing a pen test here, it writes really smooth, which is one of my favorite things about rollerballs. There tends to be very little skipping or scratching or anything. I really like this pen. It feels nice to write with. 0.5mm tips are by far the most popular size, so this should be a really good choice for most people. Looking at the second pen, this is the Schneider Topball 845 rollerball pen, also in the color black. This one has a 0.3mm tip, so it's super fine, which is my favorite size to write with. Doing a pen test here, this definitely looks thicker than 0.3mm. It looks a lot closer to 0.5, but I do like the way that this one writes as well. One of the problems that I run into a lot with thinner nibs is that a lot of them feel very scratchy, but this one writes pretty smoothly, so I'm happy about that. I don't think I love this one enough to replace my tried and true, but if you're looking for a thinner nib, I think this one is a good option. It's also made primarily out of recycled plastic, so if that's important to you, then you can consider it the next time you go pen shopping. I am glad they sent black pens in this box. Lately, we've gotten a mix of highlighters and markers and pencils and things. I don't personally use that many different writing instruments, but I know a lot of people look forward to it, so I hope that they continue to send at least 1 pen with each writing utensil set for those that enjoy trying out different pens in their agenda. And that wraps up the Atelier 9-year anniversary box from Cloth and Paper. So for me, this is the first box of the new subscription change that feels like a high-end box. It completely met my expectations and is what I think of when I think of a high-quality luxury stationery box. Every item this month was functional. The color and design were clean and simple. We got 2 planner-friendly pens. We got a fun play on page flags, an entire traveler's notebook set, very nice dashboards, a full set of dividers. I mean, this is honestly the level of quality that I expect from Cloth and Paper and that I hope that they continue to provide. As you know, the last several boxes for me have been such letdowns. I was so disappointed and I really hoped that they would turn things around. And with this box, I feel like they did. I still don't know where the Atelier theme came in, but that's okay. We got some really great items this month, and I think subscribers are going to get a lot of use out of just about everything inside. My favorite item this month is the Traveler's Notebook set. Cloth and Paper sent everything that you need to try out Traveler's Notebooks if you're new to them or a different style and possibly size to try if you already use one. If you try it out and it's not for you, this would make a fantastic gift. I think having a little planning system on the go is such a great idea, and if you do use this as a task planner, it gives you a way to keep a variety of tasks at hand so you don't miss anything urgent and everything is covered. My least favorite item this month are the dividers. These are way too thick for me to use in my planner and take up entirely too much space. I do like the color and the low profile design, so if you have larger rings or you don't keep much in your agenda, I think these will be fine for you. The other thing that I'm keeping an eye out for is the damage potential. I have a feeling these will get scratched pretty easily, and because this is a darker hue, those scuffs may be a lot more visible, but again, time will tell with that one. I will say the most frustrating thing this month was shipping. It's been taking longer and longer for my boxes to arrive. I don't know if that's on Cloth and Paper side or the post office, but I'm curious if anyone else is experiencing that. I try and get these videos out as soon as the box gets here, so hopefully the shipping issue will sort itself out. All in all, I'm rating this box a 9 out of 10. Everything inside is what a functional planning box should have. All of the items were neutral in color. We got some unique items and a set of dividers in a hard to find color. And then I like that we got ready to use items. The Traveler's Notebook set, the dividers with a set of labels, and the dashboards this month were much more simple and elegant than those that we've seen previously. They didn't include any inserts this month, which I do enjoy getting, but what they did send was fantastic. This is by far my favorite box this year, and I can't wait for July. And that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do want to see more planning and organizational content, please hit the like button and subscribe. You would help my channel out a lot. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more planner tips and inspo, sending positive vibes your way. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day.